BT, in what ways did TSA prepare you for college?
TSA prepared me for college in several different ways, but I think one of the best ways is through the networking opportunities that I got. They've definitely been beneficial and a great way to make new friends and provide opportunities that I wouldn't have had unless I would have been involved in TSA.
Matt, what was the most difficult part of the transition from high school to college?
I think the most difficult part was just learn how to manage your time. In high school, you're given a set time. You have to wake up, go to school, do your clubs and organizations, come home, do homework, go to bed. It's just the same routine over and over again. But in college, you have a lot more free time that you have to spend. You don't have somebody telling you when to study and how to study. So it's basically a lot up to you on how you manage your time and how you spend it.
BT, for those attending local colleges, what are the advantages and disadvantages to living on campus rather than at home?
I'm definitely a big supporter of living on campus. I think it's a great way to get involved and meet new people. A lot of student organizations will meet later in the evenings, and so if you're living off campus, that means at the end of class you have to drive home, and then if you want to come back for some meeting for a student organization, you'll have to drive all the way back to campus and then back home again. And if you're living on campus, it gives you the opportunity to spend that time that you would normally spend driving back and forth to build relationships with people and meet new people as well.
Matt, how did you start getting involved as an alumni?
Well, after we graduated, Heather Hinderlight actually contacted both of us and wanted our help with the general sessions because the person that was doing it before us, Andrew Darnell, started to get into his career and he was out of college and didn't have time. So us being in college now kind of took over for Andrew and really got involved in the sessions and working with the state officer team really closely.
Matt, what is the most important piece of advice you could give to a college-bound student?
Well, the most important advice that I can think of is that once you decide on what college you're attending and what degree you're going to be majoring in, to really look deeper into it. Look at the types of classes you're going to be taking, and just to where you'll have a better understanding of what exactly you're majoring in. Didn't that relate really well to you, BT?
Yeah, I actually ended up changing my major from computer science to information systems management and actually transferred schools to Belmont University. And it was all because the major that I'd chosen wasn't really a good fit for me, and I didn't realize it until I'd gotten deeper into the major. So a lot of students end up changing their major once they get in college, but it's always good if you can get a head start by knowing exactly what you want to do and that the major really is a good fit for you.
BT, for students heading into their freshman year of college, are there any tricks to picking your classes?
Definitely picking classes is an art. It kind of depends on your preferences. I like to take my classes earlier in the morning so that I can get started with my day and then have the afternoons to get things accomplished or take a nap here and there. But definitely look at the teachers. There's sites like ratemyprofessors.org, and a lot of schools have rating websites where they have taken surveys from the students and gotten feedback. So definitely harness all of the tools that are available for you when deciding what classes you want to take. And also know if you take an 8 o'clock class, it's your responsibility, and you're the only one that's going to be getting yourself up. So make sure that it's something that you have enough self-control to do. But if it is, those are usually the smaller classes, and a lot of times my 8 o'clock classes have been some of my favorite ones.
Matt, do you feel that your experiences in TSA have helped you in being successful in college? Explain.
Yeah, I feel like TSA has definitely had a big impact on me as a college student. I feel like probably the biggest aspect is probably working as a team. In college, you're given a lot of team assignments. It doesn't matter what class you're in, you're going to be given a lot of group projects. And somebody has to step up as a leader and assume that role. And a lot of times, I'm the one to do that. I know BT's told me that he's been the one to do that, probably because of TSA, because in TSA, you're kind of expected to take on that role in a lot of your events and as an officer. So I feel like definitely being able to work well on a team and the leadership aspects of TSA has definitely been what's been most beneficial to me since I've been in college.
BT, what's the best part about being a college student?
There are several awesome things about being a college student, but I think the freedom is one of the best parts. As long as you don't abuse it, it can be a really cool experience to get to decide what to do with your time. And in college, your time management is really important, but because you're expected to manage your time, you get to use more of it for things that you choose to use it for, which is something that's really cool, and something that I enjoy about being a college student.
Matt, do you have any tips for students entering their freshman year in managing the workload and change of environment?
I mean, the biggest tip that I could think of is to not get too stressed. When you get to college, you do have your classes and your organizations, and for some people a job, and you just have to take time just to relax, actually have some fun while you're in college, and just not let the stress get to you, because the more you let the stress get to you, it affects all the things that you're doing. So if you just take some time, step back, have some fun, I feel like that's probably the most beneficial tip I could give to any college student.
Definitely, and a lot of that goes back to the time management. If you set aside time to do homework and stuff like that, then you'll be less stressed because you'll be on time with your assignments and won't be rushing to get them done. So if you can manage your time wisely, then you can have a lot of time to relax and have a good time.